Welcome to day 15 of the 30-day yoga challenge. Start out on your mat in a cross-legged position, hands on your knees, and just come into the breath, breathing deeply in and out, setting your intention for today's practice. We're going to do a very slow and easy practice for beginners to just try to increase the flexibility and health of our spine. Bring awareness into the body. Think about relaxing the skin on your forehead, your eyelids, your nose and your lips, shoulders. Notice how the skin in your hands feel. Breathe deeply in and out. Noticing the breath as it goes into the nostrils, fills up the belly, and slowly exhale, feeling the air coming out. When ready, flick the eyes open and extend the feet out in front of you. And if you'd like, you could get a pillow or a blankie to kind of sit your hips high up. Flex your toes so that they're pointed directly at the ceiling. And point the toes and then flex them. Point and flex, waking up the feet. Take your right foot, bend the knee and put the foot on the inside of the left thigh. Take the left hand and grab the outside of that right upper thigh or knee. Your right hand goes behind you and just face the right side. Breathe deeply in and out. Just staying in the spinal twist. Take it nice and easy. Imagine with each inhalation creating some space. Turn your chin to face the front of your body and then look down. And then tilt the chin up to the ceiling. Look down again. Then look up. You should feel a nice deep stretch in your neck and shoulder. Releasing any tensions in case you may have slept funny. Now release. Put the leg back in front of you, bend the knees a bit, reach high in the sky, and then bend over your legs. Creating space in the spine, decompressing it. Breathe deep belly breaths in and out. If your body will allow you to straighten your knees a little bit more, that's great. But mostly just focus on bending the trunk over the bottom half of your body. Slowly walk your hands back up to your hips, lifting your torso up, straighten the legs, and now bend your left knee, placing the left foot on the inside of your right thigh. Look towards the left side. Right hand goes on the outside of your left thigh or knee. Left hand goes behind you, fingertips touching the mat gently. And if you can, look over that left shoulder a bit. Stay here breathing in and out. keeping an erect yet easy flow of breath up and down the spine. Slowly take your chin towards the front of the mat, pointed. And on an inhalation, and then exhale and tilt the chin down. Breathe in and then tilt the chin up to the sky. Exhale, tilt the chin down. Inhale, bring the chin up to the sky. Exhale, bring the chin down. And inhale, bring the chin up in the sky. Release the left leg back on the mat. Point and flex the feet a few more times. Bend the knees slightly and then let your torso fall over top. This time, straighten the legs a bit more. Not only opening up the vertebrae in your spine when you bend over, but also getting a nice stretch in your legs. Tend the fingers, get a little bit more of a stretch, then relax. Walk your hands back up to your hips, lifting the torso up and erect, and shake out those legs a bit. Bring the legs into crisscross applesauce, then swing them around. Take your pillow or blanket and toss it aside, and let's get into tabletop position. Dip the belly down to the ground and then pull the spine up to the ceiling. Dip the belly down, lifting the head up, rolling the shoulders back. Then put the head down, tuck the chin, and let the spine go towards the heavens. Cow position, belly down. Cat position, pull the spine up. Get the juices flowing in the spine. At this time in tabletop position, extend your right hand to the front and extend your left leg in the back into awkward tabletop position. Stabilize your stomach. Relax and let the limbs fall back to the mat into regular tabletop. Now extend the left arm out, the right leg out. Try to keep a flat, tight core. Use this moment to stabilize and try to find an evenness in your weight distribution between your planted hand and your planted knee. Square the hips, square the shoulders, and tighten the core, sucking your belly button into the spine, feeling strong. Relax, let your limbs fall back to the mat. Curl the toes under, sit back on your heels to stretch the feet out, And then shift the hips forward, getting a deep stretch, and then sit back on your feet into child's pose. Place your hands back by your feet, let your head rest on the mat, and let your torso be heavy on top of your legs. Trusting in the earth to support your weight, let yourself be heavy, just heavy, heavy. Visualize an invisible hand plucking any thoughts out of your brain, emptying it out. Breathe deeply in and out, and let's get back into tabletop position. Shift your hips up and back into downward facing dog, and take your dog for a walk, pedaling out your feet. The creases of your wrists should be facing the front of the mat. Your elbows should be turned out, facing the sides. Turning your shoulders away from the ears, creating space. Flat back, pushing it towards the top of your thighs. Walk your feet up to your hands, and then grab your elbows and let your torso be heavy. This is ragdoll position. Your knees can be slightly bent, protecting your knees from any overextensions. Slowly lift up halfway with a flat back, and then melt back down into forward fold, bending the knees, and slowly stand up, mountain pose. Let your hands touch high in the sky. Breathe deeply in and deeply out. Hands down at heart center. Bend the knees and swoop the arms up high in the sky. Exhale, bringing the hands down at heart center. Again, deep cleansing breath, hands swoop around and high in the sky. Let them meet and then bring them down at heart center. Breathe in, arms up. Cactus out the arms. Doing a bit of a back bend, looking behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Then exhale, arms release back in the sky. Now breathe in, look behind you, let the head drop behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together, cactus the arms, then back hands high in the sky. Swan dive it down, back into forward fold. Breathe in, look up halfway. Then release, step the right foot and the left foot behind you into plank position. Squeeze the right knee into the right armpit, left knee into the left armpit. I guess you could call this a very slow mountain climber. Squeeze the knees in, contracting the stomach. Release and lay your body down flat on the mat. Your hands should be by your armpits. Using your back muscles, curl your torso up into cobra and then slowly release back down, kind of like a snake, lowering the head back down to the mat. Place the elbows under your shoulders, palms out in front of you into Sphinx pose. Then push your body back up into tabletop position. Bring the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Widen your feet the width of your yoga mat. Get up on your toes and then curl back up and over into tabletop position. crisscross your legs and bring them from underneath you to the front to where you're now seated in a meditation position. And let's end the practice with deep breaths in and out. Take a moment to find some gratitude and congratulate yourself for taking a few moments out of your day for self-care. Thank you.